We are leaving the Minor Prophets and will head to the New Testament. Biblical Shakers has studied 2 of the 4 Gospels. You can check out the review of the Gospel of Luke on weeks 9 and 11 through 15, and the Gospel of John at weeks 46 through 50. The next few weeks, we will be reading the Gospel of Matthew, especially written for the Jews around 60 AD. The name Matthew means gift from God. He was a Jewish tax collector who obeyed Christ's call and became one of the original 12 apostles. The gospel forms the connecting link between the Old and the New Testaments because of its emphasis on the fulfillment of prophecy. This was written as a chronological account. Its purpose was to present the clear evidence that Jesus is the Messiah. The Old Testament is the book of genealogy of Adam, and the New Testament is the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Chapter 1 may be to some readers a boring list of difficult names, but it is actually a record of God working throughout the ages to bring his Son to earth. The birth of Jesus was difficult, and it was different than any other. He was conceived by the Spirit in Mary's womb and born with a sinless nature. Chapter 2 is a very important one. What were some special signs in this chapter? Well, number 1 was the creation sign, which creation responded by putting a miraculous star in the heavens to tell the world that a king had been born. The Gentiles responded by worshiping him and bringing him gifts. Herod responded with fear and deception. He wanted no new king to threaten his reign. And then finally, we read about Joseph, the protector, being given signs from our God through dreams on how he needed to protect Jesus. John the Baptist, a model preacher, appears in chapter 3. He was a road builder who prepared the way for our Lord. He was not intimidated by people, nor was he afraid to preach about judgment. He was obedient to his Lord and magnified him in all things. Jesus asked John to baptize him. The first words from Jesus in red is written in the Bible right here, along with the appearance of the Spirit of God that descended as a dove. Then God spoke those meaningful words, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased." The 4th chapter is where Jesus entered the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. Our Lord was strong and resisted temptation and spoke of the mightiness of God his Father. Then, as we end the week, we read about the beginning of the calling of the disciples, his teaching, and his healing. Wow! Matthew has begun strong and is loaded with information. Sure hope you enjoyed it. The Salt Shaker Devotions by Dolores and Jane will even reinforce your study more. And please check in next week. We will continue with the book of Matthew. And remember, Biblical Shakers makes reading the Bible more enjoyable for you. And I pray the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.